Welcome to the 359. I'm Roger Chang.
I'm Alfred Ang.
Instagram is expected to announce the ability to shoot longer, more polished video, as well as a Snapchat Discovery-like hub later today. It's another instance where Instagram and its parent Facebook is seemingly copying Snapchat again.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost as if, the long video format really didn't work for Facebook. So we're like, oh, there's more people using Instagram now. Maybe we'll try it out that way. I'll say this. I hated when Instagram updated their video limits from like 15 seconds to a whole minute.
Right.
So for them to, kind of go with this whole, we're going to do like a full length thing. I mean, reportedly, we
Right.
don't, like nothing's really confirmed yet, but that's kind of the direction where it seems to be heading. To be fair, though, I have also been wrong about this many times where like people say like, oh, we love the minute video format.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I guess I understand the minute video format, the 15-second format, especially just kind of scrolling through.
Yeah.
It's easy to get through a minute
Exactly.
of video. I don't know if I'm going to be scrolling through and all of a sudden it's like a half-hour
Yeah.
polished news video or something, unless it's a CNET video, of course.
Yes.
But yeah, it does. It's not really conducive with the way I use Instagram in terms of like kind of flicking through.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. This is, and what do you make of this Discovery Hub like feature?
People have been complaining about the way that Instagram brings like videos to your feed, like bring the chronological feedback
Yep.
a lot on Explore. Like I use the Explore tab a lot, but
Yep.
like it is annoying when I click on something. I was like, oh, cool, this was posted 2 weeks ago. Why is this showing up on my feed now?
Right.
Kind of thing. So I don't know if they'll do the same job with Discovery. And also, I really hope Instagram, like they're probably copying like the worst Snapchat feature because like nobody uses Discovery.
Right.
Like people really go on Snapchat to like talk with their friends and like see their friends' stories and things like
Yeah,
that. Discovery
yeah.
is just kind of like, oh, cool. Like,
Although
here's
with,
what MTV
with
is doing.
Instagram, I mean, you are checking things out, and so I
Yeah.
guess there might be more of an appetite if there's a dedicated section to video. And this really, I feel like they're putting this in position to let actual content producers come in and make polished videos. Right?
It's definitely their play to compete against YouTube. I mean,
Yep.
there was that study from like the Pew Research Center like in March or so that was talking about how Facebook's not the top like app for social media app among like millennials anymore. Like it's like YouTube and then Instagram.
Right.
And Facebook, oh, we own this. Why don't we just like take all the things that failed on Facebook and like try to put them on Instagram?
All right, so we need to talk about net neutrality. California is actually weighing a bill right now that would actually provide the strongest protections out there for an open internet. But there is, surprise, political infighting that is threatening to water it down. Ultimately, it's surprising actually that is a Democratic assemblyman from Los Angeles who's introducing amendments to the existing proposals that would kind of strip out the power on these bills. It's just sort of the next turn in the wheel of the net neutrality soap opera.
I mean, if this passes, though, is this like one of those scenarios where because there's so many companies in California that it would kind of affect the rest of the country? Or?
It's not just companies in California. Basically, any company who has to do business with California would have to honor those rules. And if you're honoring those rules for one state, you kind of have to do that for everything, especially a state as large as California. We'll see what happens. Again, this is there's going to be a hearing on this later today, so we'll give you updates as they come along. Lastly, the sweepstakes for 21st Century Fox continues. Disney just rolled in with a $71.3 billion offer for Fox. That outbids Comcast's $65 billion offer, as well as Disney's original bid. And so, I mean, for geeks, the bright side is this combines potentially Disney's Marvel characters, Avengers characters, with Fox's X-Men characters, giving us that kind of dream Marvel reunion.
Man,
But,
they really want that Deadpool money, huh?
I mean, Deadpool is a successful franchise, so we'll see. All right, for more of these stories, check us out on CNET. I'm Roger Chang.
I'm Alfred Ang.
Thanks for listening. Only 2 seconds past the 4-minute mark today. We did it. Kind of.
I'm impressed. I'm proud of you, finally. Anyways, as always, time to jump into the chat, pull out some great questions and comments so that we can keep the conversation going and connect with you guys, our favorite part of the show. Stick around. I'm going to dig through. In the meantime, let's take a question from Michael Brown in regards to the Disney Comcast Fox debacle. What we need like a trendy, hip, cool name for this whole thing. Is it like a scandal, or are they fighting each other?
No, it's not a scandal. It's
Secret Wars.
It's not really that secret. It's pretty.
Good pull, Alfred. Good pull. Anyways, Michael Brown says, does anyone think Comcast is just trolling Disney to try and get them to cough up a lot more money?
Yeah, that's
Does
what I said.
Did you
Comcast
say that
even
a
want
couple
Fox?
days ago?
Yeah, I said that on like our
Like,
show
hey,
last week.
just hang on. We're just gonna get you.
It's the
we're gonna
ultimate
get you some more
bro
money.
move. Like, look, you can get way more money than this.
Just
Alright,
hang
check it
tight.
out.
All right, just hang tight. No.
They
Like
got
when
those
you ask
mouse
your friend
pockets.
to bid on your eBay order so that like people think that other people are interested in it, it raises the price.
That would be the ultimate solid by Comcast. Unfortunately, no. I think Comcast legitimately wants to have the Fox assets. I mean, they're fairly valuable. You've got Avatar, one of the most profitable movies of all time. You've got the X-Men franchise. You've got all of the Fox TV shows.
I feel like if Disney got their hands on Avatar, there would be like 80 of them by the end of like
Probably.
this decade.
Oh, yeah. And then there would be Avatar spin-offs.
God.
Yeah.
The origin story of what is their planet? Pandora or something?
Pandora.
Yeah. Oh
That's
my
right.
God.
Yeah.
Michael Brown also asks, is it confirmed that Deadpool is the main demand for purchasing Fox? I mean, right now, he's almost untouchable. The last movie did really well. The first movie like blew everyone's mind as far as how well it could possibly have done.
I mean, I think
but the X-Men are still a more lucrative at large. However, at this point, Deadpool and X-Men are virtually merged.
yeah, totally. I mean, especially with Deadpool kind of...
No spoilers.
all right, fine. I mean, there's talk of, an X-Force franchise they want to build or spin out of Deadpool. Really, I don't think we would look at Deadpool as just a singular property that they're interested. They're obviously interested in the entire X-Men franchise. But it just goes beyond X-Men, right? There's Seth MacFarlane's
There's
various
Fantastic
properties.
Four.
There is Fantastic Four, not exactly the most lucrative property, but imagine what Marvel could do with that, like Disney's Marvel could do with the Fantastic Four. And it's not just comic book stuff. I mean, there's definitely tons of other Fox Entertainment properties that would fit well with Disney. The other thing we don't really talk about as much, Fox owns a 30% stake in Hulu, as does Disney, as does Comcast. Whoever wins the Fox sweepstakes basically takes a 60% control of Hulu. And that's a streaming service that used to be kind of a joke, but now is legit.
Yeah, plus,
right?
doesn't Disney want to start its own streaming service? to compete with
Exactly.
Netflix. And
Dis-
if they
Disney-
had like Fox, then that
If
would.
they had all the Fox properties, that's just way more content that they have in their library that they don't have to pay for, that they can stream out to you. And
Finally,
that's
a
a lot.
platform to watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Although
It's not on Netflix.
it's not on Netflix anymore.
Yeah, they took it off.
Oh, you're right. I'd pay for just that alone.
It is interesting though, like we say it's not just about the comic books, but that's undoubtedly a massive driving force right now because it's just the blockbuster result. Every blockbuster movie now is somehow based in a comic book. It's a trend. It will die someday. It will phase out. It'll go the way of the Western. I think as a big comic book fan myself, I'm even feeling the fatigue right now. And we joke about the Star Wars movies, them being like a million of them now. It'd be funny if they jump on this bandwagon just right at the last second and like Comcast scoops up comics just in time for people to be like, never mind.
Yeah, that would
I hope
be
that
ironic.
happens. I hope Comcast just like ends up wasting all its money like that.
I'm pretty sure they've done a good job with the NBC Universal properties. Just, I mean, remember, like the Fast and Furious franchise is probably one of the most
That's my
successful
favorite
ones.
comic.
I'm just saying, in terms of like franchises, like they've done well with the ones that they've
I thought
got from
that
NBC.
the Fast and Furious manga was
you know
really
what
good.
though? Fast and Furious is pretty much like a comic book property at this point. Those movies are they are superheroes now. I mean, you could argue
Yeah,
those are
didn't
comic
The
book
Rock
movies.
like kick a nuclear missile
Yes.
or something like
no,
that?
a missile.
Just a normal
just a
missile,
regular
sorry.
missile.
Oh, my bad.
Well, like
Nuclear missiles
there's a
is
scene where the
crazy.
cars kind of shield Vin Diesel from an explosion, which makes absolutely no sense. Like the fire goes past Vin Diesel, he somehow remains unscathed. I mean, these are comic book movies. Let's face it.
Here's a question about net neutrality from a dog. Will ISP really follow the net neutrality deal for all states? Couldn't they just do like a regional service? Yeah, they could.
No, actually, it's really tough to do that because if
See, that's wwhy I'm in here and you're out there.
I mean, theoretically, you could sort of break it up so if somehow the traffic in California, but it's such a logistical nightmare that it's hard to say whether or not they would actually do that.
You mean they can't do what like Tronc did, where it was just like
Tronk is its own mess. By the
Under
way,
GDPR,
by the way,
you can't visit our website.
Tronk is gone. It's now Tribune again.
Oh boy.
They did away with the Tronk name. But going back to your question, yes, they could theoretically do that. It would be really tough. And keep in mind, there are other states doing this already. Washington, Oregon, I think New York is considering one. And if you see this weird patchwork of states enforcing net neutrality laws within their borders, that's going to make things really difficult for the ISPs in terms of where they should or shouldn't honor those laws. So we'll see. That's and it's one thing. It's easier to do across continents because you can more easily shut down parts of the internet regionally from country to country as opposed to state by state. And that's tough.
Let's move on back into Instagram since that's going to be coming up in a hot second. Michael Brown asks, if Instagram tried to add to that market, it'll be smart for them because a lot of kids looking at you, Alfred, use Instagram as well as adults.
Yeah, Alfred.
Sorry,
I do
Alfred.
use Instagram. It's actually
Give us your opinions, youngin.
honestly, yeah. I mean, I think people use Instagram though as like a time waster kind of thing, where like they're just there like
You're on the subway.
yeah,
you're
pretty
rolling
much.
through,
You're not gonna be there for like a 30-minute thing though. Like on
yeah,
Instagram.
that's for me.
That's
is
sitting down and watching something, and like it might be cool if there was integration for it where you can like cast it to your TV or something
Right.
like to watch on TV, because that's what I do with like YouTube videos.
you
that
can't
are
do
really
that now,
long.
right?
No, you can't do that for Instagram.
Maybe they'll announce that today. We'll
Yeah.
see.
I from my perspective, this is all just another kind of crazy cockamamie move. I want to use stronger language than I'm comfortable using in this scenario. But I mean, look at Facebook Live, Facebook Watch. Look how well those panned out. Everybody wants to be a TV network right now. Everybody
Right.
wants to be Netflix.
Yeah, but they're
Everyone-
not a media company. Just so you know.
exactly. But neither was Facebook, and now look at
No,
it.
no, no. It's like
That's
Facebook.
Facebook's
yeah.
line.
Facebook continues to insist that it's not a media
We
company.
are a technology company. Yes. Everyone wants to get into this. Obviously, it's because that's where the money is, right? They want to go into long form content because that's where all the lucrative ads are. They want to be a YouTube. They want to be a Netflix.
Just buy Fox. It's so easy.
They could afford it. They could totally afford it. Yeah. But so we'll see.
Tammy
Yeah.
Thompson does state the obvious, just a way to justify ad rolls on longer form video. You can't do it on those short clips.
That's exactly it. You hit right on the nose there.
That's why we have a 30-minute show now.
Why our 4-minute podcast
Welcome
is
to the-
actually 30 minutes
Welcome
long.
to the 3059.
Thank you for...
Sponsored by...
Yeah, but we're fun.
Yeah, we're okay. We're the exception to the rule.
So if Instagram does roll out this like hour-long like format now, do you think that the 359 is going to pop up there after, or
Ooh, that's a great question, Alfred. I don't know.
get all the kids, get all the
We'll have
the
to
younger
find
viewers?
out what this announcement actually is before we can figure out.
Please
Where the
no.
359
They've
can
already
go.
got us spread over way too
Brian,
many
I mean,
platforms.
it's actually it
than we
ultimately
deserve.
means more work for Brian, so I'm cool with that.
Don't tell Beecham. Here's one from Ned669. Will the app be able to finally turn on the tablet yet? If they can't make the app turn, I say step back and fix that problem before adding more.
Yeah,
Oh, good
I agree
question.
with that. Yeah, like that's my point though. That like Instagram's supposed to be like this like square.
It's a vertical experience.
It was so long until Instagram started letting you upload like photos like
yes,
wide
yeah.
or whatever. Like it would only be square photos and you'd have to
Yep.
crop it. It was the worst thing. And like, so that's kind of what like that's what works for Instagram. And like, I don't really see them making it like a vertical like.
I mean,
not horizontal
if they
setup.
were to do the casting feature,
Yeah.
they would have to make it horizontal,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
it's not going to look good on your
Yeah.
TV.
I mean, and like to be fair, like live, even though I don't really watch that many Instagram live videos, I know that's kicked off for a lot of them only
Yeah.
because like so many celebrities use it. Because it's less formal than like a Facebook Live or anything like
Right.
that. And that feature really isn't available on Snapchat.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of celebrities have used like Instagram Live, and that's like how a lot of like these like celebrity gossip stories pop up now.
Right.
Like, oh, Kim Kardashian said this at like the 2 hour and 38 like minute mark on her live stream, like on
We
Instagram.
definitely need
Yeah.
to have someone the Kim Kardashian Instagram live beat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll get right
I
on
find it ironic though that like Instagram it blew up because it was a mobile specific video format or
Photo,
media
yeah,
format,
yeah.
photos and videos, and now they're like kind of trying to move back to like traditional media at a time when like everyone else has been trying to copy Instagram.
Yeah.
Aside from Snapchat, of course.
I mean, the irony is not lost on us right now in this conversation, but look at stuff like Vine. When that launched, their whole gimmick was it's got to be a 6-second video. And nowadays, nobody is sticking on to their gimmicks, yet Vine had this like really strong cult following.
Well, that's also like why Vine died, though, because like they couldn't make any money like that.
Monetize it, correct. So like they keep threatening Vine 2.0. You think it's going to come back and be like 30-minute minimum?
No. I feel like once you break the minute mark, it's sort of like whatever. Just go crazy.
You actually need to have a pilot video now to even upload anything.
Jeez. I like the APEC is asking, do we think if Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat are just getting too big for their britches, spreading themselves too thin? Will other services that they originally offer continue to suffer and lose support as they keep trying to become TV networks?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I feel like that's the dilemma for all big companies. They kind of spread out and do different things. That's kind of why Google turned into Alphabet. I don't know. We'll see. That they're different teams. I mean, Kevin Systrom, the CEO of Instagram, he's still in charge of that project, and Facebook still has tons of resources poured into their newsfeed.
And I think Facebook's not just trying to become like a media like power. Is they're literally trying to be like everything on the internet now, where it's like they've got their like fake Craigslist with Marketplace, and they've got their fake Tinder that's coming out soon with their new like dating feature and stuff like that. I think for Facebook the idea is like, how can we get people to stay on our property
forever,
as long as possible?
And this is what happens when you make billions.
It's the Walmart effect.
Like you've got money to throw at everything. So thanks, Alfred, for not turning off, not muting your phone for the show.
Better be important.
Yeah. It's actually Instagram.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
It makes me think that, Ned669 points out it's a great way to train people to make great short videos. There's something to be said about working in media for 17 plus years, that you get attuned to things like timing and format and being able to push content forward without hemming and hawing and bumbling and stumbling as I'm doing right now. But I remember once upon a time, this little show used to struggle to get to the 4-minute mark, and then they bought an egg timer and then stopped caring.
What are you talking about? We still care. We're just terrible at timing. That's all.
I do like that we have to celebrate when you get 4 minutes.
I will say also, particularly when it comes to just sort of like personal video, like people take 5-minute long personal videos. Like I'm guilty of that. Like my kids.
Oh, okay.
And like even when I'm watching my kids' video, after a minute into it, I'm like, all right, I'm getting kind of bored. I gotta move on. Like
they don't do anything until the 3.5 mark.
Well, that's true too. But I mean, the idea is like I'm fearful of like my feed being flooded with like long, boring videos because videos. They're cut for a reason, right? They're edited for a reason.
Well, is it ironic that in the current state of social media we're in, where the attention spans continue to get shorter and we keep getting mandated to make more concise messages in the content that we produce, that these platforms are just kind of opening the gates and saying, let's stream the world?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it makes them more money. I think.
Does it? Because if you get bored, you leave.
Yeah, but like it's more about like ad dollars.
Yeah,
than anything
in
else
aggregate, if they're spending more time, there's some videos that are worth sticking around for a longer period of time. Those are the ones that are going to bring in money.
I'll tell you what. You know what? I did do something the other day. I did put on like a 3-hour long. One of the like the NASA streams, the space streams, with like the soothing music and stuff.
Oh yeah.
No, I was not high. It wouldn't have hurt. But see, that kind of stuff, just atmospheric.
Right.
But if there's supposed to be action, where the hell is it?
I mean, there's a whole network of that like style of like live streaming on YouTube though. That's like really popular now. There's like at least 3,000 something streamers like every day that I see whenever I check out the 24/7 lo-fi hip hop chill beats to study to channel on YouTube. Which I'm sure you've seen, and there's like tons of them.
I'm on that all the time.
Grammys 2019.
What?
Grammys. That's going to the Grammys.
Now that's what I call lo-fi hip hop chill music to study to 24/7. But yeah, there's like all these like live streaming channels that are literally just like atmospheric. There's a reason why Netflix stocks the
fireplace
channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. I just don't understand why I think it's just more continuing, throw anything at the wall and see what sticks.
Well, I think there's definitely kind of a bifurcation of how our viewing patterns are. I think for the most part, on a daily basis, we want shorter videos. We have short attention spans. But if there are things that we're passionate about, we'll dig in for like an hour or 2 hours on stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, like the 359
Exactly.
videos on CNET.com.
or YouTube.
Yes, or YouTube.com.
Or Periscope. Or
Periscope
live
doesn't have a
stream.
website.
Or Echo.
Yeah, I watch our like 30-minute videos all the time just because it's like something I'm very passionate about.
There
And
you go. And he's a millennial. He's supposed to have short attention span.
I mean,
what were we talking about?
Yeah.
it's not about our rewatchability is a totally different story. I don't know why we're defending ourselves in this. We're not,
Alfred brought this upon us.
but it's more about the live experience. Like we're all checking the headlines first thing in the morning. We're all reading the paper together. That's kind of the way I see this show.
Yeah.
Oh, no rebuttal to that.
No, I think that's spot on.
Okay.
Reading the what?
Damn it. Okay, let's take a couple more quick questions. Brandon Stiles, what's the point of uploading any video to Instagram when the quality is butchered to death due to compression?
Good
Now
question.
you're
I
speaking
wonder if-
my language.
I
Well, yeah,
wonder
that's why
if
they're supposed to only be like a minute long. Like, it's
right.
not about quality.
I wonder if
there,
they're
but-
going to address that today. I mean, that could be a real. If they want to really push these kind of polished, slickly produced videos, you're right. That's an excellent point. Like video quality resolution is going to have to be upped. So
Let me
we'll see.
rephrase that question though. What is the point of uploading anything to Instagram? Period. Question mark.
Ooh, that's a broader philosophical question.
Yes. So I recently stopped uploading things on Instagram, and I like have to stop myself now when I take a photo of something. Like, oh, that would look good on Instagram. I was like, no, don't do it. Like, just
Why is that? Is it just an
I'm just trying
experiment?
to get out of the cycle. I don't
okay.
really want to like. It's like, okay, cool. I upload a photo. I like a bunch of people. Like, I feel good about myself. I don't
It's
need
that
that
hit,
in my life.
man. It's that hit. People need it. People.
But there's been a
They
few
depend on
times
it.
now where like I'll take a photo. I'm like, man, this is a really good photo, but I don't have anyone to show this to.
Why don't you just show
Whatever.
it to your girlfriend?
That's what I do now.
That's
so.
good. So there you go. Well, for folks who are lonely, this is a way for them to communicate with the outside world.
I wonder if this is kind of a step back towards channel surfing. You know, we're on the apex of a fully cord-cut society. I know we'll never be 100% there, but it's definitely a continuing climbing number. Is this these constant stream of consciousness platforms from the chilled cow to the lo-fi hip-hop to the NASA streams to people putting their entire lives on Instagram capability potentially coming? Is this going back to like channel surfing, like just background noise? You're not actually
I feel like
consciously watching, because I cut the cord a long time ago. When I put something on to watch, I'm watching it. I'm not backgrounding it.
I would say that's fairly true. I think to your original point about how Instagram and even in some ways Facebook, it's about wasting time or killing time when you're sitting around doing nothing. Like my wife does that a lot. She flicks through the Facebook newsfeed for videos. If she doesn't like the video, she just moves on to the next one, right? So it just, I feel like that's become our new channel surfing.
Yeah, I mean, I found myself doing that last weekend where there was like nothing on Netflix that I wanted to watch, so I go to YouTube. I'm like, oh, there's nothing here either, and then I put something on Twitch like in the background.
Oh, really?
It was like a Smash tournament.
Okay. So I mean, like
Anyway, so Super Smash.
no, not again. No more Smash. We're done with Smash. At least for now. It's not like out at the end of the year we can talk about Smash again. No more Smash. Only because I suck at it. Damn it.
I really like Green Mario. One more question. Remember Burn and Hype? That was before CNN bought it and axed it. Do you think streaming apps...
Beam. Okay.
Bean. Did I read it wrong? Yeah, I read it
Burn.
wrong. Sorry. Beam and Hype. Do you think streaming apps, especially short vids, are just a fad and won't last?
I think it's an awkward fit trying to get both into one format. Like it's either short video or it's Paul. I don't know if they coexist
I
well.
think it's a fad. I mean, in the same way that like short films aren't a fad. It's just a different format.
Right. I think
Yeah.
they're both able to exist maybe separately. I think
Yeah.
the idea of making them coexist together in one platform, I think it's still awkward, and most companies have struggled to do that. I would say
Yeah.
maybe YouTube, because it's just a giant repository for this stuff, has probably done it best.
Yeah, but like there's also like various YouTubers that like make their whole career off of like just like short videos. Like
Right.
ProZD does that a lot.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I think YouTube's probably done the best job of it.
Yeah.
But that's also the place you go for all video, right?
Yeah.
It's not it's not like these other places where you sort of have a mindset of what Instagram is about, right? And it's not about long form video.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, YouTube always had that freedom of the lack of constraint, the lack of format, so people can experiment with how their creativity can flesh out. Some make 3-minute videos, 10-minute videos, hour-long videos, 24-minute long videos. But it feels like they're trying to force us into just staying online more, just like what you're talking about with Facebook. They just want you to stay there forever. The Walmart effect.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
I don't
that's
think they're trying to force you though. Like
no, they're not trying to force you, but that's the goal, right? Is to
Yeah.
get you to spend more and more time on these platforms. More time there means more exposure to potential ads, which means more money.
It's really interesting to me that so after Google and Apple and both their like conferences
Yep.
did this whole like, oh, we're all about like digital wellness now, and check it out. We'll tell you how much time you're spending on each app. Like Instagram and Facebook go with like this idea of, let's make them stay on the app even longer.
There you go.
So
then digital wellness is all about staying online.
So anyways, come back in an hour and we'll have the full Instagram live stream feeding out that you can put on in the background and not care about any more than
It's
this
good
show.
background music to study to.
I would rather just steal that stream and put it back out there, frankly.
Yeah, the event starts at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, definitely check us out. Go back to CNET for all the live coverage there. We'll be watching. I'm curious to see what they
You can actually
confirm.
only watch the stream on Instagram, where like that's
Oh,
where-
you're right. That's super annoying.
Wait, is that true? I said that as
I
a
think
joke.
I think it's only on Instagram Live.
That's terrible. What a terrible idea.
Yeah, but we're going to relay it.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay,
You can
so
watch
you
it on
don't have to
CNET.
be on Instagram.
You
for
can
it.
watch it on CNET. We'll have it on our site.
Yeah. Anyways, we got to go. Roger, you want to take us out?
Yeah, the 359 podcast is available on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Feedburner, Google Play Music, Google Podcasts, the Amazon Echo, and of course, CNET.com. You can also subscribe, watch us live, join in the conversation weekday mornings on CNET, Periscope, live stream, and YouTube channels. See you all tomorrow.
Take care, folks.